Everyone, Glenn Sanford here, and another episode of the Expansion Podcast. And Jeff Corriolan, spelled the last name spelled fairly unique, so I had to ask Jeffrey before I got on the call here just to how to pronounce it. But Jeff's out of Sunrise, Florida, a suburb I think of Fort Lauderdale. Been in real estate 14 years, and just asked, and I'll just ask again. So you know Mike Pappas, I guess, fairly well from back in the day where you started real estate. So what's your background? How did you get started in real estate? And then maybe even what would your transition to EXP?
Hey, definitely really want to give it back to the Kai's company. I was with them for a great 11 years and decided to partner up with EXP and just go greater. The Kai's company was really the foundation to me being the person that I am today, growing an amazing team and really understanding, I believe, strong leadership. So to answer your question, how did I get into real estate? A friend of mine was in the business, had already been in the business for many, many years. I was in college and I had worked a full-time job and climbing the ladder at such a young age. So at the age of 15, 16, I had started working for the fresh market. And from there, I became a customer service manager at the age of like 17. Then I ended up working for corporate office at the age of 19. And then my friend was like, you should probably consider real estate. And I was so committed to my job. One thing about me is loyalty. So I was really committed to my job. I had seen myself being there for probably the rest of my life, really climbing that ladder. And I was introduced to real estate, was in school with an ambition idea of always being an attorney. And then I got into real estate. I enjoyed it. I stopped working with my friend. I joined the Kai's company and I took off from there. And it's been a great, great journey. I've learned some stuff. I've expanded. I've changed who I am. I'm excited to be in 7 different states right now, which is really, really big to me. When you talk about how do I hit the massives, I'm excited to be in 7 states. I'm excited that I was able to list the property here just this week, which happened yesterday. I was able to list the property here from a lady that lives in Georgia. And she says, Jeff, you're just on the ball. If I know anyone that wants to buy or sell in Georgia, I'm definitely referring you. And one of the things I was able to share with her is not just Georgia. I said, in any state you know anyone that's looking to buy or sell, please refer me. I want to be your agent of choice.
Awesome. So you've developed a way to build in a number of states and sort of be their trusted advisor through the process, even if you're not the actual agent on the ground with that client. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's exactly true, Glenn. And what's different about it, though, is that let's say, for example, you're with another company that doesn't provide what we have here at EXP. I would be referring the transaction or the seller or the buyer or even the renter to an agent. One of the things that I like about growing my team here, and I'm excited to be in 7 states, is that I know exactly who I'm referring that person to. They're like-minded individuals. They're people that work and are educated and are in the system just like I am. So I'm excited that I'm not just referring them to someone like with other companies. I'm actually referring them to someone that's actually one of my real estate partners that I personally know them. I know how they operate, and I know they're going to get to the finish line just like if I was to be there with the seller or the buyer or the renter.
Well, awesome. Well, we'll get back to sort of the your business and how you operate here in a minute, but I want to ask a question. Obviously we're coming up on, and I think this podcast will initially get published during Black History Month. But one of the questions is what does Black History Month mean to you as a real estate professional?
So being Black every day, I believe every day is an opportunity for us to really stand out. But one of the things is that I understand as a Black professional is that there's still opportunities of racism. There's still opportunities of redlining. There's still opportunities of where it's just not fair. And I believe Black History Month is an opportunity for us to really shine. It's an opportunity for us to really remind the public and the community, why is it important to be a Black professional, but also why is it once again more important to be a Black professional? And what do I mean by that is that as a Black person, I believe that it becomes harder for us to be in the fields of the job when it comes to going after listing, working with buyers. We have to continue proving ourselves day in and day out. So when it comes to Black History Month, I'm excited that we're shining a conversation on here, because there's a lot of Black professionals out there that probably don't get the light and the credit that they need to get. And through Black History Month, we're able to really say, hey, there's some people out there that are making impacts in the community, and we really need to shine lights on them. And also, it's another opportunity for us to put homeowners into homes. I use any opportunity. I use Home Ownership Month. I use Black History Month to go out to my people and say, hey, this is your month. This is your opportunity to create wealth. Let's get you guys into a home using this Home Ownership Month or using this Black History Month.
Awesome. No, great stuff. And, obviously I'm doing 4 podcasts. We're talking specifically about it, and it helps even me kind of get more understanding of just, what does Black History Month mean? So this has been great sort of conversation. So obviously, I go back to sort of more businessy questions relative to, what was it, and maybe you answered this before, but but what was it that made you choose EXP? Obviously, you were already at a great company. And I mentioned Mike, who I know personally and really good guy. But what was it that led you to EXP, and why did you choose to move your business here?
Great question, Glenn. I actually still speak to Mike Pappas today, so kudos to him and everything that he's doing and just the person that he is. But really, it was the opportunity to just scale. What I found myself doing was, as I became so great in South Florida, I found people in other states, other cities hitting me up, and I was having conversations with them on Instagram. I would meet them through Facebook. I would meet them at conventions and events, and really I couldn't go any further. And so I said, man, what's a company that's out there? And I had heard about EXP for many, many years. And when I really started identifying, how do I scale? How do I get to the next level? How do I be able to impact these people that are in different states? I said, I got to get with a company that understands that real estate's not just based out of Florida, it's based all nationwide. And to be excited about the 24 countries that we're in, that I'm now breaking into, as for example, Dominican Republic, I said, I got to be able to partner up with a company that is able to do that. Then let's not talk about the rev share opportunity, the stocks, the health insurance. So there were many pluses for why I made the decision to move over to EXP, and I'm excited.
Awesome. Oh, good stuff. And then, so you've got a unique business. It sounds like operating in 7 states. And when you think about that, is that primarily your rev share organization, or is it more of a team-based structure that you've built out? What does that look like, and how does that sort of play together?
So when I first came over, I'm going to share my story real quick. When I first came over, I really wanted to I wanted to continue my team, and I wanted my team to continue building throughout state by state by state by state. But then what happened was, I was finding myself, Glenn, with a lot of agents that wanted to be a part of my organization that did not want to be a part of my team. And I was finding myself kind of being ripped from left to right on how do I organize this the best way. So I decided to build a massive, massive organization that now every single person that is a part of my team has now been moved over to my organization. And what I continue doing is to continue building my organization, but giving them values and tools as if they were to be on my team or not on my team. I continue to give them the same tools, because that's really why people come to you. They come to you because they want to work with you. They understand that you're dominating in whatever field that is, which happens to be the listing space. 90% of my transactions were listings just last year. Took about 7 listings already. Today's January 17th that we're recording. Took already 7 listings. So people knew that I have a touch with working with sellers, and I wanted to be able to work with people without them having to be on my team, but be on my organization. So at this moment, I'm really, really building the organization out.
Awesome. And you mentioned, it sounds like social media is a big part of your lead generation strategy.
It is. I live on there. I post everything on there. I post my wins on there. I post what my daily activity is on there. I post when I'm hanging out on there. And I also post when I lose, when something doesn't go right, when something just happens to be a learning opportunity in the space of real estate. I make sure that I put it out there. You know, a social book is what I am.
Awesome. Well, excellent. So, oh, that's great to hear. And then how do you organize all that? Do you have a CRM of choice? Um, I assume you're not doing it with Google spreadsheets.
While I do use Google spreadsheets for some stuff, because I believe sometimes we just have to be basic, I use Follow
Right.
Boss. Follow Boss and KV Core is my number one CRM systems that I use. I love Follow Boss because of the instant stuff that I can do. I love the KV Core because of the embedded systems that are in there. So I have a great connector, which is known as Zapier, that I use for those
Right.
two to make sure that I'm not missing anyone. So anytime I put someone into KV Core, they automatically go to my Follow Boss. Anyone that I put in Follow Boss automatically goes into KV Core. And then I'm really big about scheduling. I'm a time blocker guy. I just invested into, I wish it was on my desk right here. It's on my back desk. I just invested into a clock so that it can better help me with my time blocking. So I have 30-minute increments of some stuff, 45-minute increments of other stuff, and then 60 minutes of increments, depending on what I'm working on. And then I have blockout dates. So Tuesdays are dedicated to one thing, Wednesdays are dedicated to another, Thursday, Friday, and so on.
Oh, awesome. No, that's yeah. Uh, have you ever looked at Motion? I think it's usemotion.com or .ai. Have you ever checked out that platform?
No, I haven't, but I definitely will.
Yeah, I think just based on the way that you it sounds like you're really into automation. Obviously, you mentioned Zapier. I suspect that the automation's a big part of your scaling your business. Uh, and if you're wired that way, then I think you'd also enjoy Motion because what it does, it takes all those things, those time blocked activities, and will actually schedule it automatically for you based on its algorithms of learning how you work and what best to work, but also gives you the ability to have people schedule things into your calendar and will automatically move your time blocks around for you.
I love that. I'll be looking into that. Thank you so much, Glenn.
Oh yeah, no, it's my sort of it's sort of Calendly on steroids. So that's the
Beautiful.
way I sort of think about it.
One of my
So
other things I use, Calendly. Everything goes on there. Buyers, renters, sellers. When I do my onboarding calls about EXP, everything goes in there.
okay, yeah. So then if you're already a Calendly guy, then you'll definitely love Motion, unless Calendly's done some updates lately where it will allow you to move some stuff around on your calendar. So it's a pretty cool tool. Um, so speaking of now, I made the assumption, but let's see if I was correct. You're an automation guy, and how do you see automation in the success of your business?
If what happens is that we have to be able to be there when we're not there. So talk about Follow Boss. When someone inboxes me about one of my listings that I may have on the market, and now the system is texting them and creating that opportunity, or even KV Core is creating that opportunity, it provides me an opportunity to truly be hands-on and really not miss out on a lead. So now when I'm opening up my Follow Boss or my KV Core and I see a conversation's happening or someone's scheduling a showing, or they're getting the information that they need, that now provides value when I speak to my sellers and I say, hey, regardless of the time that it is or the location that I am, we're going to always be marketing and advertising your property. It's provided me the opportunity to have less days on market when it comes to my listings, which any powerful listing agent knows that's important. Plus, it provides me an opportunity to always be hands-on. And then lastly, it provides me an opportunity to also double dip on a lot of stuff that's out there.
Uh, uh, so following on, I know that I don't know Follow Up Boss that well. I know KV Core a bit better. Um, and I know that AI is starting to become more and more of the various different systems. How have you seen AI impacting your business?
Hey, ChatGPT is one of my best friends. Videos are one of my best friends. So we actually use videos. So I'm a caller. So I call myself the listing machine. I'm a caller. And what I've created is I've created videos that I'm now able to send out to the sellers that I'm prospecting using AI on a scheduled calendar. So they have their video day one. They have a 7-day video, a 15-day video, a 30-day video, then a 2-month video, all through AI video. And then I use ChatGPT for the MLS. I use it when texting people. I use it when I need ideas on stuff. So I believe AI is becoming the future. As we can see, everything's going back to technology. And also technology is one of the freest things that's out there that a lot of us are not tapping into. And we're probably wondering why are we not as successful as we can be, is because we're probably not willing to adjust with the times. So we continue to be innovative, just like our company is innovative. And I continue to move with the times. And I want to give it back to you, Glenn. I want to give it back to you that you're always at the forefront of the innovation. You always see things way before their times, and you're able to introduce them to us. So now we're able to bring it to our customers and create more transactions, bring it to more brokers and realtors that are out there. And it provides us the opportunity to show more people why is it better being with EXP.
Oh, well, thank you. So thank you for that. I appreciate the feedback. It's, one thought that I had, and this is just me just sort of brainstorming while we're talking, and I think about automation, I think about, kind of getting things going. I think about AI, think about your use of video, how you're doing things with your consumers. One of the things that, it's pretty accessible even today is to be able to have AI actually do some of your video and then personalizing that video to the prospect. Have you looked at any of that yet?
Definitely. I've tapped into that. I took a course on that actually that was taught by another EXP icon of many, many years, and does some amazing stuff with EXP on Mr. Chasten J. Miles, which is just a great friend of mine that I met through social media and became great friends, and was able to learn how to really maximize AI when it comes to working with sellers, which is definitely my niche and will always be my niche.
Yeah, no, there's just so many cool things. I'm playing with ChatGPT every day, and I ended up, some folks were sending me some emails that were going out earlier this week, but sent to me last week, and I ran them through ChatGPT, improved them dramatically, created a game plan out of ChatGPT, and literally sort of it became kind of our go-to for that particular thing. But I've been using it for a number of different pieces. Also, we have a Synthesia subscription, so there's a virtual me that can do video and getting ready to be able to do stuff in multiple languages. But and then you've got sort of the ability to sort of create audio streams and other things in your own voice. In the next year, I don't think it's going to be any more than that. Certainly in the next 18 months, but I think in the next year, we should be able to effectively allow either an assistant, an actual person, to create virtual clones of us to do lots of the different functions that we presently have to schedule, and be able to do that with, sending somebody a video, sending somebody an audio, sending somebody various different communication, and being in our voice, our likeness, and still keep everything on track. And then eventually we'll have an AI assistant that will do that without even having to have a human being think about that whole process. So we're getting, really close to literally as an agent, just being out in the field, doing the work that we need to do, but having everything else sort of automated in our business.
I'm excited that you mentioned this, and I actually heard it at the South Florida rally that we held, I believe back in November or October. They had spoke about that, and I was thrilled to hear that. I was actually one of the co-hosts of the South Florida rally that we held in Davie, Florida here, and to hear about the other stuff that our company was doing, but especially about this AI piece, I was really moved.
Yeah, no, it's the biggest investment that we should all be making into our businesses right now, because if you start to play with it, and you're obviously ChatGPT is your almost your best friend in business at the moment, but eventually our most trusted person in the business is going to be the AI. I'm even having conversations with my AI while I'm driving, because it literally can have a conversation with audio. I'm sure you've done it already at ChatGPT, but for those who don't know it, you get that subscription and you can literally have a conversation with it, and it's actually pretty intelligent and helps, and it's pretty awesome. So it's just, more you can use with it, the more you just open your eyes of what the potential future will be like, and the future is happening faster than you expect.
Definitely. I use,
So what?
I tap
Go
into
ahead.
ChatGPT sometimes just to even write my thank you cards out there. Sometimes I just want to be re-inspired and removed, and I say, ChatGPT, give me verbiage to write a thank you card for XYZ, and just to hear what it's able to say, now I can put that into a note card and send that out.
Awesome. No, it's amazing. So one last piece of advice that you would have for EXP agents, what would it be as we wrap up here?
I think learn the systems, come into EXP, be a part of the organization, be a part of the orbit of what's happening, learn the tools that are able to get you to the next level. There's a reason why you decided to join this cloud-based business. There's a reason why you decided to join this recession-proof company. So get involved. I think what happens is a lot of times we join a brokerage and we're so inundated on working real estate and getting transactions and being transactional that we really don't understand the tools that our company has for us. So really learn the tools, learn who you can partner up with to get you to the next level. I'm excited about my partners here at EXP. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Elena Cardone, Claudia Hibbert Smith, Tarek El Musa, Haas Pratt, Michael LaFido, Lisa Copeland, Brian Cohan, and so many other people that really help us move the needle every single day to the next level.
Well, awesome. No, thank you. Yeah. And Jeffrey, thank you so much for jumping on here today. Really appreciate your time. Obviously, you're big on social. So where should people track you down?
Hey, on all platforms, Jeffrey Corriolan. You can find me TikToks, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and everywhere else through my name.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Well, good stuff. Thanks again. And thanks everyone for listening.
Thank you so much for having me, Glenn.